Hello from Cardiff. It's not your average quiet Sunday morning here in Wales's capital. The city is about to be well and truly woken by the sound of 15,000 people pounding the streets and thousands more cheering them on in the Lloyds TSB Cardiff Half Marathon. With its flat and fast course, this is a race which always attracts those in search of PBs or prizes. And its location, in the heart of one of the UK's most spectacular cities, gives the event a powerful atmosphere which helps drive every runner, fast or slow, onto the finish line. Rob Walker is your race commentator, so let's join him for a look at the course in 2011.
Well, it's a great day and a great route. It all starts by the Millennium Centre, and then they run past County Hall, snaking their way towards the city centre just by the train station. They run along Museum Avenue, heading towards the district of Cathays, and then towards the historic Castle Street. They'll take a quick glimpse of that before going over the Taff, past the Millennium Stadium, and out on that route towards the edge of the city centre. Once they get to the 7-mile marker, they're starting to head for home, out and back over the causeway before coming over the Cardiff Bay Barrage to the relief and the glory of the finish line.
For our coverage of this great Welsh run, we've got a great Welsh runner, a man with a world-class track record on short distances, but also with a few marathons under his belt. Ewan Thomas, it's a great day.
It is. Not world-class times over long distance for me. Better clarify that. But no, whenever I come to Wales, it just strikes me how passionate the nation are, and something like this is a fantastic event for not only the elite athletes, because it's a good course, it's a flat course, but also I think for the fun runners and the charity runners, and that's what it's really about, you know, the masses coming out and trying to run well. The crowd especially are very important because, you know, although it's half marathon, it's not really far, but it's far enough to feel a bit of pain, so it's nice to get the support from the crowd.
Well, Ewan will be out on the course later reporting on the pleasure and the pain as the race unfolds, but before that pain begins, let's catch up with a few of those dressed for speed and those dressed to impress.
Well, this race has grown enormously in spirit and number since it first began. This is the 9th edition. 15,000 will be pounding the streets. Various abilities, various costumes, but they'll all be smiling.
A half-eaten banana in your hand?
Yes, absolutely, and that's just helped me get around. This is my breakfast, which is not my normal breakfast, yeah.
In my eyes, that makes you semi-professional. Half-eaten banana, a luminous jacket, you must be a keen runner.
Well, as if these athletes needed any more inspiration, the Olympic torch is here in all its glory before it starts the epic journey in the countdown to London 2012. And it's not just the club runners and the fun runners who are here. 1 or 2 celebrities have turned out as well.
It's so exciting, especially it's my first half marathon ever. This is a big thing today, so I'm dead nervous. Under 2 hours would be an achievement. I don't know, anything better than that deserves a pizza.
Well, Connie's raising money for Marie Curie, and over £1 million should be raised altogether for various causes. 750 charities will benefit from the Cardiff Half Marathon. Bernardo's are the charity partner, and 1 or 2 fairly recent Welsh residents have also decided to join this big party.
I've lived in Wales 6 years now, and this is my first time doing this. You know, I'm proud to run for Bernardo's. It's such a great cause, and the work they do over the last 100+ years has been absolutely wonderful.
That looks quite heavy, is it?
No, it's only about 13 kilos actually, it's pretty light.
Well, you're saying that now, but after 13 miles...
13 miles it might be a little bit heavier than we expected. We warmed up with a few pints in the pub last night in Penarth, so I think we're ready to go.
Mr. Giraffe, I've got to talk to you. You're definitely the tallest person I've met all day.
Thank you very much.
Now, how have you trained in that outfit?
Well, not very well.
You seem quite confident, you seem quite chirpy.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
And how fast did you run in training?
Well, I'm aiming for about 140-ish, but I think that'll be quite nice.
In that outfit?
Yeah.
140 is a good time.
It's quite sturdy, yeah, but we'll see.
No, that is an outfit. What is it?
Top Gun.
Top Gun, I was going to say. Are you in shape though? You going to run quick?
Bit worried about there's a giraffe, and I think he might just beat me by neck.
Well, Goose may be the perfect wingman, but not with those jokes.
The other year I did the London Marathon and I got beaten by someone dressed as a baked bean tin. And obviously they can't smell it at home, but the deep heat around here, that is stinking.
Well, deep heat, makeup, various preparations. It's all classy though as far as the East Africans are concerned. We've got some high quality Kenyans here to challenge the best that Wales have to offer in the form of Richie Gardner, who won the recent Commonwealth Ultra Trail Championships in Anglesey.
How much time did you give yourself off, Richie?
I had 3 days off running altogether. Eased into it gently the first week, but I've laid off the mileage. I've been running 60, 70 miles a week instead of up in the 3 figures. I think there's a bigger target on my back now today than there was perhaps 3 weeks ago, but that's part of sport.
Well, Richie Gardner managed to beat the Kenyans in that Commonwealth Trail Running Championships. It might not be quite so easy today. Defending champion Edwin Kip-Career among half a dozen big names to watch out for.
15,000 runners are lined up for the off. It's a record-breaking field. It could be a record-breaking time today. Let's join Rob for the start.
Well, in the 9 years since this event started, it has become a great moment to witness here. There's Andrew Lasuda doing a little bit of a shake of the hips. All the big contenders are there. Philip Matthews in the white and green stripes of Swansea. He's right in the centre of your picture. Jamie Borsch, the former world indoor champion over 400 metres, gets them underway. I think he ran it last year, not quite as quick as his 2-lap antics on the indoors and 1 lap on the outdoors. But they're all safely underway. And it's good to see 2 Welshmen at the front. There's Richie Gardner on the right-hand side there with the black vest of Aberdare, and Philip Matthews right alongside him. So the 2 Welshmen not being overawed by the quality Kenyans in this field, the highest of which is Lasuda at the moment, obviously feeling the cold just with the long green sleeved top. And while it's all about split times and positions at the front, it's a very steady beginning to the race for most of the field of 15,000. A fantastic sight, and they'll need the applause of some 25,000 spectators who are reported to be lining the course today. A fantastic turnout. Still Matthews and Gardner, but they know there's real quality lining up behind them here in these very early stages. Well, it's a mixture of nerves and excitement when you're waiting to cross the start line at a big city half marathon, but they look pretty up for it, the masses.
Cardiff is, of course, one of the biggest half marathons in the country, and as such, attracts famous faces as well as fast feet. So let's meet some more of those pounding their way around the 13.1 miles today.
One among those smiling faces is Connie Fisher, who we've already seen and heard from this morning. Well, she won the BBC One talent show 5 years ago and has played Maria Von Trapp in The Sound of Music ever since. And we caught up with her training at home in Barry.
As many people will tell you, I'm quite competitive, although you can't be good at everything, and I have never been sporty. So it amuses me slightly that I'm running a half marathon. So I often go for, say, a 5K, maybe 2 hours for it on stage, and I have loads of energy. It really helps because the adrenaline helps my voice. Running helps me focus, and it also helps me get away from my husband.
Well, we'll keep our eye out for Connie in the pack. Meanwhile, at the front of the women's race, we've got 2 quality Kenyans making an early breakaway. Alice Magire, the slightly smaller of the 2 figures, with Edina Kwambe just behind her. So 2 at the front of the women's race. And back with the men, we've got a fairly decent pack, being led still by Andrew Lasuda with that long sleeve top. There's Kip-Career just in the shadow of his teammate there in second place in the orange. He was last year's champion, and good to see Philip Matthews and Richie Gardner still in there. There is Gardner wearing the shades, having to focus, having to work hard. But the Kenyan trio at the front making it look pretty easy. And here's a breakaway from Magire. Now she's left Kwambe behind by some 15 metres. Still this sizable group with the elite men. They started off at 5-minute mile pace, but they just injected a 4:30, and that is going to cause problems. Richie Gardner beginning to become detached from that lead group. Only Philip Matthews living with the pace of the Kenyans at the moment.
Well, the standard of the front runners that we have here in Cardiff today means it's not long now until some of the leaders arrive back here. In the meantime, Ewan Thomas got his trainers on, went out on the streets of Cardiff to catch up with a few of the runners.
Giraffe, I won't hold you back. How you going?
Yeah, I'm doing well. pretty hot, but otherwise pretty good.
I think you're in about 1:33 pace at the moment.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll be happy with that. Don't know if it'll last. I'm pretty hot.
Get some funny looks overtaking people.
Yeah, I know. They're not particularly happy, but there we go.
Keep up the good pace. You're looking good.
Cheers, mate.
How you feeling?
Knackered already.
You've only done 3 miles.
I always suffer at one point, and I think this is it.
Looking very fresh.
I hope so, yeah. Second half marathon.
You're not even sweating.
Not yet, but at the end I will be.
I think you could pick it up a bit. How you feeling?
Not too bad so far.
Is it hot in there?
It's warm. I'm trying to do a PB today as well.
Is that an elephant PB or a...
No, full PB.
Got to talk to you, young baby.
Hey man, how are you?
I'm all right. How you feeling?
Good.
Looking brilliant. Lovely outfit.
Oh, lovely, isn't it?
You spat your dummy out already, though.
I know, over there.
It's a long way for a baby, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm really looking out, tree.
Can't hear what you're saying now. So I see you running for Bernardo's today.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Great charity. You seem a little bit out of breath, which is not a great sign. You've only done 3.5 miles.
That's my worst 3.5 though.
Well, significant spirit among the masses, and there's been significant movement at the front of the field. 5 Kenyans and Philip Matthews formed a bit of a breakaway. That's Kihara being led by Lasuda. But after trying to live with the pace of the Kenyans, Matthews got dropped and 6 became 4 as they ran past the castle. It was Kiptu who decided to take the initiative past the Millennium Stadium, but Matthews still in pole position for that prestigious Welsh half marathon title. Richie Gardner has some work to do. But at the front, it's all about the Kenyans, and as they run past Cardiff City Stadium, the winner will come from one of this quartet.
Few half marathons can claim a finish as spectacular as this, and every runner out there on the course right now is thinking of the second half of the race and keeping the pace going until the finish line. Join us for more of the action here in Cardiff after the break. Welcome back to the Lloyds TSB Cardiff Half Marathon. 15,000 people have set out on their 13.1 mile trip around the Welsh capital. It's the nature of these races that while some runners are only just reaching the halfway point, the leaders are homing in on the finish. Let's rejoin the action with Rob Walker.
Well, 4 have become 2 because you can see Kihara and Kip Korea, last year's champion, being dropped in the background as Lasuda in the long-sleeved green top on the left and Kiptu on the right-hand side really start to inject some pace here. Just over 5 miles to go. You can see they've still got plenty in the tank, sharing a few words, sharing a joke, but as it gets to the business end of this race, it will get very serious indeed. Phil Matthews from Swansea, still in the driving seat for this Welsh title. He's in 5th place overall, and he can see the Kenyans in the distance. Great support here all around the course as Kiptu decides to make a little break as they run up this incline, turning off the dual carriageway. Lasuda is hanging on. It's only 2 or 3 metres, but I just wonder whether the man who won the Bristol 10K and the Peterborough Half Marathon this year has decided that he's feeling good enough to get away from his compatriot as we get towards the closing stages here. He's certainly looking fairly comfortable. Lasuda is still there at the moment, but he's going to be working hard. Meanwhile, back with the elite women, Alice Maguire still extending her lead. She's been out front after that break for quite a while. She doesn't need to look over her shoulder. She's in a commanding position, and so too is Kiptu. 2 or 3 metres has become 20, and Lasuda is rocking and rolling a little bit behind here, and he is going to have to hang on for 2nd place. Meanwhile, back with James the Giraffe Thornton. Thousands pour past the castle, and while the Birdman might be running solo, there are quite a few couples in here pulling together to get to the finish line.
So the battle of the lovers is level at the moment.
Well, she's looking better than me, don't she?
Well, she looked better from the start, to be fair. Are you staying together purely for love, or do you want to crack on?
I don't think I can go any faster than this.
You're looking very pretty there, ladies, in your tutus. How you feeling?
Fine, thank you. Yeah, at the moment. See what's it feel like in 10 miles?
What's the atmosphere like? I can hear you've got some supporters there. Does it help?
Yes, it does help a lot. Hopefully, they'll keep us carrying through.
How are you feeling?
How are you?
Crikey, have you got so much energy? You've done 8 miles.
No, it's fine. We're going for it. We're running for Valindra.
Is there any reason you're talking this loudly? Is it because you've got the headphones in?
Yeah, the headphones on. I can't hear very good.
Oh, okay.
I watch you every Sunday for your running. Do we care? Oh, hiya.
You're looking lovely. Keep it up.
There's never a lack of personality here in the Cardiff Half Marathon, and they don't come much bigger than the skateboarder, the danger man from Dirty Sanchez, Matthew Pritchard.
Matthew Pritchard, you are a madman. You're now doing a half marathon fully dressed as a fireman. What's all this about?
Well, I've done it on treadmills and stuff, but I've normally done it with trainers on, so I thought this time I'll do it with the proper boots on. And it's one hell of a difference.
You're all right, mate. You're all right. You've got about 5 miles to go.
Yeah, I mean, I started off and I thought, I got 3 miles in, and I said to my brother, I said, oh, this is killer.
This ambulance ain't for you, is it, mate?
Great support from the 25,000 or so spectators who are lining the course. And at the finish, they're all cheering the champion. Edwin Kiptoo timed his break to perfection. He now finishes in style with a big sprint to the line. Kiptoo is the Cardiff Half Marathon champion of 2011. He's inside 63.5 minutes. A great break. He left Lasuda behind him, and he takes all the plaudits, the title and the prize money. That was a class performance, and we hope he comes back to defend his crown in 12 months' time. Lasuda gets a big cheer, and well-deserved second place for the long-time leader.
There are so many people cheering up in the street, so we feel very great and very happy when we are running. We enjoyed it.
Well, what a battle we have here for the bronze. Edwin Kipkorea, last year's champion, in the orange. Zachary Kihara in the black. They're really going for it here, and it looks as though last year's winner has got the edge. Kipkorea is coming home in the orange. He will complete the 1, 2, 3 on the podium for Kenya, around about a minute behind the winner. And Kihara just a second or so behind his compatriot. While the Kenyans enjoyed so much success at the World Athletics Championship earlier this year in Daegu, and it continues here on the roads of the Welsh capital. And after running most of the race on his own, Phil Matthews comes home in 5th place. He is the Welsh Half Marathon champion for 2011.
I was on my own for a lot of the time, went with the Kenyans for the first, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and then being the Kenyans, they just pull away a little bit. So it was a bit of a solo run, but loved it. The crowd were fantastic, quite local to Holmes, so you know lots of people, so PB as well, so over the moon really.
Well, it was gold at the Commonwealth Ultra Trail Running Championships in Anglesey. 7th this time for Richie Gardner. Good to see 2 Welsh well inside the top 10. Kiptoo takes it from Lasuda in 2nd, and Kipkorea, last year's champion, ends up in 3rd this time round. Well, Alice Maguire, unlike the men's race, she's run virtually the whole way on her own. She's going to be very close to her personal best over the half marathon. She's inside 71.5 minutes. And that was a really composed, strong piece of solo running. When she made the break, it was absolutely decisive, and there was nothing Kawambi and the rest of the field could do. On her knees, she's given it everything. Taking a moment to reflect on her victory. Confirmation then, Mogire is the champion for 2011. And look at that winning margin, over a minute and a half. Siolek sandwiched in between the 2 Kenyans. Good run by Andrea Whitcomb, the veteran, coming home in 4th place. But back out on the course, finishing on the podium is a lifetime's dream away. It's all about getting to the finish line.
How come you walking?
What's that?
You look so fresh. Why are you walking?
I'm gonna die all of this. My sister, she's a mile.
Oh, you can jump it, do it.
Only a mile and a half to go here. They're on the barrage. What a great sight. And they might be walking, but with support like that and smiles like these, they'll definitely make it.
Is that your natural hair? Sorry? Is that your own hair?
Oh, sorry, yeah, my hair, yeah, it is.
Oh, it looks fantastic. You make a nice lady, if you don't mind me saying.
Thank you, a lot of people have said the same.
I bet it's feeling heavy now, isn't it?
It weighs a ton now, yeah. It was quite light at the beginning, but it weighs a ton now.
Go on, lads, pick it up.
Well, Mr. Dirty Sanchez, Matthew Pritchard, is still loping his way to the finish line, and he's not the only hard hat still out on the course. Plenty of support and plenty of landmarks on this course, past the Norwegian church. It's the run into the finish. They'll head back to the Millennium Centre and their finish line medal. Many going for personal bests, cheered every step of the way. And there are some really, really good performances being put in here by club runners and fun runners. And there's a brilliant sprint finish. He might not win, but he'll come home with a good time, as will that man. And there's CJ De Moy. He's run inside 1 hour 34. That's a great effort for his Cardiff debut.
Amazing. I was actually surprised how many people there are around the entirety of the course. I am so proud to live in Wales. I absolutely love the atmosphere here. I've done the Great North London, the London Marathon, Berlin, New York, and the atmosphere here is absolutely fantastic.
Broadcasting history being made. The first ever interview with a giraffe who's completed a half marathon. How was that?
Hot, very hot and windy. Too windy for me. It was all right though. I did it in the time I wanted, so I'm very happy.
Well, sub 1 hour 38 for a half marathon's pretty good in a vest and shorts, but it's even better when you're dressed up as a giraffe. I wonder if Thornton will come back trying to beat his time dressed normally next time out. Well, anyone who's run a half marathon under, say, 1 hour and 3/4 knows how hard it is to get to the finish line. And when the wheels come off, they do so in spectacular style. When the cramp gets into the thighs and the hamstrings, you need any helping hand you can get. Some people really have given it absolutely everything to get to the finish. And another smiling Cardiff half marathon debutante, Connie Fisher. Well, she's got the lungs when she's on stage, and she's clearly got the lungs when it comes to a half marathon. Well inside 2 hours, that's a great performance.
Oh, that feels good. I tell you what, I just feel so happy to, as a personal achievement, and actually, now I've done it, I feel like I could do it again. That must be runner's glee or something, I don't know. Halfway round I thought, oh, I can't do this. Tell you what, this crowd's incredible. I mean, the atmosphere we had at the Welsh College, there was like a jazz band playing, and the crowd's been absolutely amazing. And having your name on your t-shirt really helps. Top tip.
Well, with 15,000 taking part, there are still plenty more out on the course, grinding their way towards the finish line, being clapped and cheered every step of the way. They range today in age from 17 to 78, and whether teenager, pensioner or somewhere in between, many are already registering for next year's 10th anniversary edition.
Well, what a day we've had, and what a fantastic set of performances from our winners, and indeed everyone who put in the miles to earn one of these medals. Wales's capital city has provided another classic run. Until next year, goodbye.